What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's Brandon again. I'm in the kitchen today. I'm just actually going to be making my lunch for tomorrow. I thought I'd show you what I'm having. Now, I know a lot of times when I post videos and stuff like that on the channel, or if I put something on Instagram, I tend to make it look pretty fancy. And a lot of you guys think I eat these really fancy meals all the time, and that's really not true. So it's Sunday afternoon. I probably won't put up this video till later on in the week. I have my food scale out right here. Just going to make things easier. Have my sweet little lunch box right here as well. I'm just gonna make something for lunch. Now, obviously you guys know I follow like a flexible dieting type schedule, meaning I can eat pretty much the foods I like within moderation. So if I want certain things, I can. But that being the case, I still like to eat a lot of just normal foods that you might look at as clean. So what I'm having today, or for tomorrow I should say, is just some rice, some ground chicken, and some asparagus, and maybe another one or two other things. So in order to do that, as I take a look around here trying to find my measuring cup, I'm going to be using 3/4 of a cup of white rice that I have right here in my rice cooker. Now, I prefer white rice only because I find brown rice really makes me full and kind of makes me feel bloated, and that's not something I generally like feeling like. So hence the reason for the white rice, but again, it's up to your preference. So I just cooked this in the rice cooker. I threw in some salt and pepper as well while I was cooking it, just to add a little bit of flavor to it. But what I'm gonna be doing next is just adding in the ground chicken. So I'm gonna change this to ounces. I've zeroed it out. I have some ground chicken right here that I cooked. I'm gonna look to put around 8 ounces in. So let's just measure this out. That's 4. That's 6.5. You know, we'll just keep this at just around 7 for now. That's going to be easy. So, put this in the sides. Now for this as well, the meat is just seasoned with salt and pepper. However, what I'll likely do, as I come over here, you can't see me while I'm off screen, but what I'll probably end up doing is adding something just like some barbecue sauce to it on the top. I don't really count this a ton. I'm not really too anal when it comes to this. I'm not that specific. If you really wanted to, you can measure out 37 grams, which is 2 tablespoons or 1 serving. You can definitely do that. And then finally, the last thing I got is I baked some asparagus here with, again, just has some oil and salt and pepper on it. So something very simple. So I'll probably just go ahead and take a couple of spears of asparagus, and I might have to cut these or just cram them in order to make them fit. Probably use about half of these, which ends up being about 15 spears or so. So let me just throw these in here. And let's get the camera. I'll give you guys an idea of what this is gonna look like. So nothing really too fancy right here. And this is really a typical lunch for me. It's something that's quick and it's easy. And then what I'll probably also do as I come over here, you guys will have to excuse me for the weird angle right now as you're probably looking at my tits. But I'll probably add something like this in as well. So you can kind of see this. So this is called Yo Crunch Greek yogurt, and all it is yogurt with a thing of granola to put on top. You might be able to see the macros there if you look hard enough. So I'll add these in. What you're looking at in terms of macros for all this, let me kind of swing you guys around a little bit and put you a little bit more in focus. I probably should have planned this out a little bit better before I started doing this, huh? But what I'll do for this, what you're looking at for macros, they're not really too bad. And again, it's really making them fit. So for instance, what I'll do, I have my sweet little lunch box here. I'll just put this in there. I'll probably put one of these yogurt crunches in there as well. I'll throw in, let's say, a bottle of water. And then eventually tomorrow what I'll do when I bring this out, I can't even tell if I'm in focus right now or not. I don't really care. Is I'll throw like 1 or 2 of these freeze packs in there tomorrow before I go, and that'll get me through. Now in terms of macros, I was actually proactive when it came to this today. And you guys are all up in my face, and my refrigerator's open. I went ahead and added these things into my FitnessPal, which I should be able to show you right here. Let's see what we got. My FitnessPal for Monday. So it is actually right here. You're probably gonna get a bit of that glare. It's gonna be really hard to see. But I need to change this ground chicken because I originally said I was gonna put 8 ounces in, and I ended up with 7.3. So for what I just showed you, which is the rice, 3/4 of a cup, the asparagus, the Greek yogurt I showed you, and the ground chicken, and I'm not even in the shot right now. This poor cameraman. Need to hire one of you guys out there to do this. You're looking at 607 calories, 78 grams of carbs, 53 grams of protein, and 18 grams of fat. So that's not bad for a meal. That'll get me through. I'm actually transitioning to this new job starting tomorrow. I'm not really sure what my schedule is going to be like in terms of lunch, or if I'm going to have a lot of free time during the day. So I'm just going to bring a normal lunch in. I might bring a snack eventually too, until I kind of get the feel for things. But again, it doesn't really matter to me anymore. I used to be the type who would bring in it's like 3, 4. At one time I was bringing in like 5 meals a day to work, and it was ridiculous. But you know, we know meal timing isn't as important as we used to think. As long as you're getting in those numbers throughout the course of the day, you can really split it up to see how you just can't even talk. To whoever you see fit. So I'm not really concerned. This will get me through. That would be full for a while. I'm gonna have a big breakfast, and like I said, I'll kind of feel things out and adjust as necessary. So I thought I'd give you a view into a normal lunch for me. It's nothing overly exciting. Again, just ground meat, some rice, and some vegetables, and that's really it. So we'll talk to you guys soon. As always, thanks for watching, and stay big.